All right, so today we're going to talk about the 5 best hybrid mouse pads. As you can see, here they are, the 5 best. Razer Strider, Fnatic Dash, Odin Infiniti, Glorious Fire, and then, of course, we have our Artisan Hein, however the heck you say it, right? So there's the 5 best, but we're going to break it down. Why are they the 5 best? The pros and the cons of all of them right here, and we'll also place them in a bracket as far as my opinion, at least. Of course, that's going to be different for everybody. Now, some of you is probably asking, hey man, what the heck is a hybrid mouse pad? No, we're not talking about Priuses here. No, a hybrid mouse pad's not going to save your battery life on your mouse when you're moving it around right there, right? Definitely go check out that other video if you're curious what is a hybrid mouse pad. But before we dive into the mouse pads, a word from our sponsor of this video, Corsair, and their new HS80 wireless gaming headset. The Corsair HS80s are easily one of the top tier gaming headsets out right now. Super soft, big plush cloth, breathable ear cushions right there. Nice, big and deep, nice, comfortable, adjustable headband that's just gonna float on the top of your head right there, which you can adjust. A really solid, robust build. Not gonna have any worries with any breakage right there. USB-C charging in audio, flip down microphone, flip up to mute with also notifications on it. Packing 50mm drivers with a freakish range of 20 to 40,000. Let me tell you what, the sound of the HS80 is stinking awesome. Butter crisp, butter smooth, nice immersion, and nice detail. But again, when you take the whole combination of the HS80s and put these on your head, they are so comfortable. Again, it's the complete package from sound and comfort. Such a great headset here. Make sure to go check out the HS80. Links right down in the description. All right, so now to the mouse pads. And like I stated, I'm going to put these in a bracket. Worst to best right here, or my least favorite to the best. Again, that's going to depend on person to person right there. And I know I'm going to catch some slack on this first one right here, right? That is the Artisan. The Artisan Hein, whatever. Now, we're going to talk about why it's on the bottom of the list. It's a great mouse pad. It really is. Number one, how you receive it. It comes in this kind of package right here. It's not folded. It's not rolled up. This is how you get it. This is how every mouse pad should be shipped. I stinking love it. So pulling the mouse pad out here, well, we got it upside down. So you can see the base right here. It's more or less like, I don't know how to explain it. It's definitely, you got different textures you can get with these, but as you can see, it's kind of glossy. You can see it kind of reflecting right there. Now when we flip it over, it does grip, right? I'm pressing down on it here. Now if I'm just pressing lightly, I think any mouse pad's really gonna move. Now the stinker about this is I use a desk mat across my entire desk, and then I put my mouse pad on top of that. And this does not grip to a desk pad. You have to be on a surface. And a wood surface like this, I mean, it's gripping, I'm pressing pretty hard, but if you're more or less on like one of those laminate or glass type surface, it sticks awesome. Like you gotta stink and peel it up. But again, a wood surface or more or less like a drier surface, they don't really stick that good, right? Now coming over here, and you can look at the stitching, right? Let's get it in the macro here. So you got our logo that's just kind of printed right there. Now the stitching on the edge, I've stated this before, it's just chintzy, right? It's really good around the sides. It almost goes there and goes flush with the mouse pad. Not sure how well you guys can even catch that. Again, it's so good, it looks like it's part of the mouse pad, right? But again, looking over here on the edge, you can see it's pretty light. You see that base down there? Definitely on the edge. It's real light over here. It's heavy here where they ended the stitching, but then it's light over here. So now talking about the surface right here, it is a little bit rougher. I wouldn't say it's the roughest out of the batch. We'll get to those. But when we bring our mouse over here, we got the Cone Pro. It's a very nice, I mean, you can see it. I mean, it glides. It's pretty fast, right? Just like like many hybrid pads. Very nice and balanced. But again, it is a rougher one. When I game, my hand's sitting here and my wrist right down here, it's kind of resting on a pad. I mean, this happens a lot with a lot of hybrid pads. They're just a little bit rougher, they are. But I do notice this one being a tad bit rougher. So why do I put it at the bottom of the list? Again, I'm talking about it. You're like, dude, it sounds pretty stinking good, you know? And it is. But the spotty stitching where it's good, it's like great in spots, but over here, the base is good on certain surfaces. You know what I mean? The pricing and availability is ridiculous. Our next mouse pad on our list here is going to be the Glorious Fire. As you can see, it comes in that same type of packaging like the Artisan, which I think is stinking awesome. Again, it sounds cheesy, right? But again, it's great because right when you take it out the box, bam, it's gonna lay flat. And that's exactly what we get right here. Pull it out, bam, and it is laying nice and flat with a sticker underneath it, right? So anyways, looking at this, Glorious Fire, not nearly as rough as the Artisan at all. Now, if you look over here, you got a little print of the logo. Stitching is pretty darn good. Raised up a little bit, kind of spotty in some other locations than the other. Like when I come down here, it raises up, but when I come over here, it's pretty flat. But I really like this texture. Again, it's not nearly as rough whenever I get my hand on it. It's probably the smoothest, I think, out of all the hybrid pads. And that's what I really like about this one. Now, it's also the slowest out of the hybrid pads, right? And it almost kind of, as you see with the glide here, compared to the Artisan we just saw, this one kind of just goes down and it just stops, right? You can tell with the texture. You can clearly tell from any of the textures from the other ones that this one feels more like a standard mouse pad, which is probably why I like it. You know what I mean? Because it's not bothering my hand right there. As far as grip, it is sticky. It really is. You have that nice rubber base on the bottom right there, as you see in a lot of mouse pads. So again, it does not move on you at all, even if you're on top of a desk pad. But all in all, the Glorious one, why it's down here is, again, that stitching. Again, it's hit or miss. It's spotty. Over here, like on my bottom, it's raised up, but on the sides, it's flat. You know what I mean? I really like the surface. It doesn't really feel much like a hybrid pad compared to some of the other ones after using a whole bunch of them. It's a lot slower than the other ones. You know, I'd compare it, again, as far as the feel of using it, it feels more like, again, a standard mouse pad. This mouse pad comes in at 35 bucks, readily available, has a lot going for it. If you want a hybrid pad that's slower, this will do it for you. But again, it's good, and I'll leave it right there. All right, so the next one on our list is one that I really do like. I feel bad putting it down here at third, and that is the Fnatic Dash. As you see, it comes in this rolled up container, really solid. It's almost like a cool display piece, you know, but it is rolled up right here, as you can see. But it does lay, I've used this one quite a bit, so it lays pretty good. But you can see I still got a little bit of a bubble over there. Just really cool packaging, though. But all in all, the Fnatic Dash, you have the extra large. By the way, this extra large size here, nice size, just $39.99. And on Amazon, you can get 10% off. All sizes of the Dash are 10% off on Amazon right now. But talking about the Dash, just kind of looking at it right here, right? So you got your Fnatic logo. Let's get our mouse out of the way. And you see the stitching. It's just small, right? There's not much. It doesn't really come up onto the pad much right there. Nice and flat. Like, you're not going to notice it because it's so small. Again, I'm not sure how well the camera can pick it up, but it's just not much, right? Which I like. It's really full, going all the way around it. It's super full, as you can see here. Now, as far as the bottom base, you got that rubber grip. Here, you can see it kind of folding up on the sides. So again, that's really showing you why I really like that flat packaging, because this even rolled up, as much as I've used this, it still just conforms to that roll in there. So all companies, come on, let's put them in flat packages. As far as the surface, right, we get our mouse. All right, so you can see the glide going here, right? Each direction. Nice and whew, wow. I mean, it is nice. It's like the mix of that Artisan we looked at along with that Fire, right? The surface is pretty smooth. It feels a lot like the Fire. Not too rough, but it is rough, right? Again, we're talking hybrid mouse pads here. But it's comfortable on the skin, and you have that medium to fast. It's not super fast, again, like the Artisan or some other hybrid pads we're about to talk about, right? For me, it's perfect. Like, I probably should have put this further up. It's such a great pad. I really love the Dash. You know, I might put this back on my desk. It is great because, again, it's nice and balanced. It's not too fast, not too slow. It's right there. For me, perfect. I like slower pads. I don't like anything too quick. Again, all these opinions are going to be different per person, but the stitching is nice on this. The grip is fantastic. The surface is amazing. I can't say it enough, guys. I love this. And with 10% off, like 39 bucks, there's 10% off on Amazon right now, readily available. I say go scoop one up. Again, I'm probably going to put this on my desk and play with this for a little while. I stinking love this one. Again, you got a really quality product right here. All right, so our number 2 hybrid mouse pad is going to be the Odin Infiniti right here. I really like this. I covered this mouse pad a couple times. It's 30 bucks. Now, they're usually readily available, but They tend to sell out quite a bit. I just don't know if they make enough stock, like they build into them. Smaller company right here, right? But the mouse pad, well, it comes in this tight box. That's a bit of a stinker. As you see, I got that lift up on the edge right over here, right? Now looking at the stitching, you can see it over here. We have the logo, then we have the stitching. Kind of like that traditional, what you see on a lot of mouse pads. It's quite thick and quite raised over here, as you can see. Now it's very, you know, nice and built up stitching all the way around it. Nice and balanced and full across the whole thing. But again, it is the thickest. Everywhere on the mouse pad, you feel it raise up on every single edge and corner all the way around it. But again, very nice full stitching. It is one of the rougher ones, not as rough as the Artisan, kind of in between right there again, you know what I mean? Really nice surface. It is great because again, you get a little more speed. Think Fnatic Dash, pinch rougher, pinch faster. That's what you're getting here. It's a great surface. It really is a nice surface. The logo is printed down here. It's a little bit bigger, but it really doesn't get in your way. But again, the surface is really nice on this. It's not like too bad where it's really scratching my wrist like the Artisan. A little rougher than, again, like I said, the Fnatic. But as you can see here, with the glide, really nice. But again, I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. Coming to the edge, every corner, you feel it pop up. And even up here on the front, up on the top, it almost stops my mouse. Flipping it over, you have that nice traditional rubber base. Again, as you're seeing the rolled up edges here, I wish they would make the box a little bit bigger or maybe a flat one, you know? And our number one hybrid pad, which I'm sure you've pieced together already, and heck, if you watched my other review last week, you already know, dude, Techne already said it's the best hybrid mouse pad. And that is right, the Razer Strider. Wow. Okay, $30. This pad, and this is really, unless you want a big desk pad, this is the size you're gonna need, the large one here, which is $30, $450 by $400 right here. Nice big box, as you can see. Whenever we pop it open, let's get this open here. I just wanna show you, open it together. You see, it's not really really tight in there. If you guys can see, pull it out, and it's pretty much flat. It is pretty much flat right there. Now let's take a look at this stitching. We'll look at it up by the logo right here. So you see it coming around, it's pretty full. I wanna say it's too wide, but it's like perfectly flush in line with a mouse pad. To a T. It's like part of it. You go over it with your mouse, you feel nothing. All the way around, it's almost, again, like part of that mouse pad. It's full stitching, really full. I mean, just look at that there. Wow, it's full and it's flat. I stinking love it. Looking at the base on the bottom, you do have that rubber base. It's almost smoother, but still very grippy. You got a little hexagon right down there. When you flip it over and get the grip, it grips and it sticks down. I actually use this on top of my desk mat and it stuck perfectly fine. Now talking about the surface here, it is a little rougher. It's not as rough as the Artisan. I'd probably put this right as maybe the same roughness as like the Odin. I'd probably put it right there. I do feel it on my wrist a little bit. It is faster, as you see with the glide here. It is a faster one. I'd almost put this right in line with the Artisan. That's exactly where I would put this right here. That great surface, a little rougher like the Artisan. The stitching is phenomenal. All the way around it, nice balance, nice and full, nice and flat. It's amazing. It's built amazing. And you feel, just holding this compared to other mouse pads, you feel like you have a quality product out of any of those right there, you know? And at $30, readily available. Like, I mean, it all pieces together for itself right there, you know what I mean? It really does. And I can't recommend it enough. At $30, with the build quality, the performance, if you want that faster hybrid pad, go with this guy right here. If you want that kind of in-between, I still really like, even when we're talking about it here, I really like that Fnatic Dash. But the Razer Strider with the price, the build, the quality right here, the performance, total win, easy #1 spot here. But hey, all in all, a mouse pad is 110% personal preference. It's gonna be different for everybody, right? You may want that fast, that slow, that mushy, that squishy, or that hard one, right? You know what I mean? So again, take bits and pieces out of this. Let me know which one you like down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear, and I hope this video helped you out one way or another. Hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. Hey, I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.